Hello, citizens of the world. Today, let's talk about time travel in different perspectives. Now, many of us recognize that time travel, in definition, is based on the idea from movies. Traveling back is to see the past, events that had happened, and we jump back to before it happens. While fast-forwarding, time is to reach an area to see the future. It is a very classic way to refer to time traveling. However, question had never arisen in terms of perspectives. So what if I tell you that we already own the ability to time travel? It's just that our perspective is different. No doubt, both perspectives is based on technology, while one of them is much more of a sci-fi tone. The other is question we rarely ask, but already exists. So hear me out here. In a concept of traveling from destination A to destination B, what used to cost a few days are now only a few hours. So if we think in the perspective of time traveling, aren't we supposed to have already time traveled? Just imagine this. From A to B, if you were to suppose to reach at B at the end of 3 days, but you are there now. So effectively speaking, you have already saved 3 days before it happened. That means whatever you are supposed to do 3 days later, you are doing it now. So in that sense, what do you think? Have you traveled to the future or actually traveled to the past? Some may argue that traveling is not equals to time travel because the concept is different. But in reverse, if technology had invented a capsule to store you for more than 1,000 years, and you emerge 1,000 years later at the same state that you are, isn't that supposed to call a time capsule? In a technical sense, what you remember is at the last moment, but throughout the 1,000 years of missing experience, and once you emerge from your slumber, it feels like you had just came in and went out of the capsule. At the present, when your mind are not conscious, time doesn't exist. So in our current world and time, what if we are living in the past? Remember the mention of space astronaut living much slower than us on Earth? Given the length of measuring time, in 1,000 years they could have lived much longer than us. It may not be that much, but it is considered still as part of time travel. But in all sense, we have already knew how to time travel. It's just that because it had become such a norm, to a point we do not really realize it. Catching up with time or against time creates the gap of what it's supposed to be, which is the time difference. It's just that our time travel process is much shorter and less obvious, to a point we never really realized that it happened, as our expectation of time travel had a larger, more effective time travel range. But based on this theory and concept, we could finally be able to time travel to the future with the help of technology. However, I feel that traveling to the future is much easier than traveling to the past, as future brings possibility that had not been made, but traveling to the past is history that had been made, and anything that changed in the past will affect the future. Who knows, while us searching for new technology might accidentally stumble upon a new theory, which is the ability to bend time and really travel back to the past. There are signs around the world that suggested such incident happened. Some archaeologists dug up technology that they do not understand and far too advanced, which create the suspicion of the possibility of someone from the future had traveled to the past, and the technology they bring along with them. just as I mentioned on my UFO theory on the other video. But one thing is for sure, this current century that we live in had pretty much failed to discover time travel. Not in the traveling sense, but more of a sci-fi based time travel. Unless we find evidence or brand related in our time. So to end this, in perspective, we have already encountered time travel, which we do not realize it. But nevertheless, their existence is the core concept of the idea on time travel. And time will slowly reveal our ability to finally be able to reach the idea of time traveling in time. As always, I hope everyone stay creative and innovative. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.